Tangam, welcome to Gully Classroom. This is the third lecture in the topic power sharing. This is the third lecture in the topic power sharing in CBSE 10 Political Science Chapter 1 Power Sharing. We are going to look at the English lecture, the third English lecture. Okay, what are we going to look here? We are going to look at different forms of power sharing. Here we are going to look at what is horizontal power sharing, what is vertical power sharing. Then we will look at power sharing between different social groups and also between different political parties and pressure groups and also between different political parties and pressure groups. Right, let us start the topic. Here, what is horizontal power sharing? Horizontal power sharing means the power is shared by different organs of the government which have same level of power but different function. Same level of power but different function. Can we look at a couple of examples? Yeah, we have legislative, executive and judiciary. The legislative is responsible. The legislative is responsible for framing the laws and policies of the country. So they are the ones who are going to make the laws, which is basically our Parliament and Rajya Sabha, including the Prime Minister, form the legislative organ of the government. They pass bills, they form the policies of the country, they give direction to the entire country. Okay, so legislative frames laws. What about executive, sir? Now the laws are being framed. An organ of the government must be formed which will implement those laws, which will run the country, which will have the society functioning in a proper manner. Like example, the collectorate system in India. The collectorate system in India. We have every district has a collector. The collector is responsible for the daily function for everything that is happening with respect to the functioning of the district. Yeah. So the executive is responsible for The executive is responsible for implementing the laws and policies that are framed by the legislative. What about judiciary, sir? Somebody is needed as an umpire in order to check the functioning of the legislative and the executive. If both of them are not functioning, if the laws framed by the legislative and executed by the executive and functioned by the executive are not done properly, somebody is needed to maintain the proper functioning of the country. Check whether the entire country is following the laws. That is done by judiciary. Judiciary upholds the laws and policies of the country. Judiciary upholds the laws and policies of the country. So legislative is framing the laws, executive is implementing the laws, judiciary is upholding the laws. Responsibility of legislature, framing of laws and policies of the country. Responsibility of the executive, implementing the framed laws and policies of the country. Responsibility of the judiciary, upholding the laws and policies of the country. So the three different organs are in the same level but they have different powers, or you can indeed call them functions, or you can indeed call them different functions. Okay, so this works as a system of checks and balances. Sir, what is checks and balances? There are three organs of the government. The three organs of the government maintain control over each other. They maintain control over each other. Just like rock, paper, scissors. Am I right or wrong? Rock, paper, scissors. So your rock blunts the scissors, breaks the scissors. Rock breaks scissors. Scissors cuts the paper and paper folds the rock. Am I right or wrong? In the same way, all the three parts of the government are functioning in tandem with each other. All the three parts of the government are functioning in tandem with each other, doing different functions but at the same power level. Not exactly same power level. Okay, so it is having a system of checks and balances. The three organs are maintaining control over each other. Sir, give us a couple of examples about checks and balances that can be written in the exam. Yeah, come on. So there are different ministers and government officials. They are exercising power. What are they doing? They are exercising power, but they are responsible to the parliament and state assemblies. Even though ministers and government officials are exercising power, who are they responsible to? They are responsible to the parliament. In answering why they implemented such and such schemes, how they used these powers, they are answerable to the parliament, they are answerable to the state assemblies, they are answerable to the people. So what about judges? Judges are checking the laws. In the same way, they are also ensuring the functioning of the executive. But the same judges are elected by a combination of executive and legislative. The judges are appointed by a combination of executive and legislative. So the judges are kept in check. The judges are kept in check. Okay, because power, the functioning of the government is divided in such a way. No one organ has complete power. This limits the functioning. This limits the power of the single organ. This limits the functioning and the power of a single organ. Example, Indian government system. Example, Indian government system. So this is basically horizontal power sharing. Sir, what about vertical power sharing? What is vertical power sharing? Okay, vertical power sharing means we have a federal structure. What is a federal structure? There is a central government. The central government is responsible for the functioning of the entire country. The central government can also be called as general government. G-E-N-E-R-A-L. So the central government sometimes can also be called as general government. But let us use central government as we are used to the term. Okay, so the central government is responsible for the total functioning of the country. What about the provincial government, sir? Provincial government means state government. So the provincial government is responsible for the running of that particular state. The state government is responsible for running that particular state. Here, power is vertically divided between the central government and the state government. Power sharing is done between different levels. Look at my diagram. Even in my diagram, I have written here in the same level. Horizontal power sharing is done at the same level. Vertical power sharing is done at two different levels. Vertical power sharing is done at two different levels. Okay. So the power sharing is done between different levels of the same government, and this is guaranteed by the constitution. Such type of power sharing is called as federal division of power. Such type of power sharing is called as federal division of power, and this power sharing must also be extended to local municipalities and panchayat government. Local municipalities and panchayat government. Okay, sir. Give me an example of vertical power sharing. Vertical power sharing is provided in Belgium. Vertical power sharing is provided. Federal government, a state government and a central government which can function independent of each other is given at Belgium. So it is refused by Sri Lanka, which has majoritarian policies and does not have a federal structure. Sri Lankan government does not have a federal structure. Vertical power sharing is absent in Sri Lanka. Vertical power sharing is absent in Sri Lanka. Sir, what about power sharing among social groups? Why is power sharing needed between social groups? There are different social groups who are economically weaker, socially backward, socially weaker groups, and religious and linguistic groups that want to have a participation in the government. So these people are included by power sharing among social groups. This is guaranteed by our constitution and it is ensured by different legal arrangements. Sir, give me an example. We have reserved constituencies in India. We have constituencies in India where only people belonging to a certain religion or a certain community can participate. A community that is socially weaker. So that because we have this reservation, that community will participate actively in the policy making and the politics of our country. Okay, sir. What about Belgium? Community government in Belgium. Community government in Belgium is a good example for minority communities participating in the government. Are you getting what I am trying to tell you? Minority communities need to participate in the government. How is Belgium achieving it? They have community government because community government is there. all the people of Belgium, irrelevant of what language they are speaking, are participating in the functioning of the local government, right? So this idea gives minority communities a fair share in the government. Example, community government in Belgium. So what about power sharing among different political parties and pressure groups? Right. Let us check how power is shared between political parties. We are having a democracy. What is a democracy? People are putting vote. So the representative is selected. He is going to make policies for the country for a limited period of time. That is the keyword. For a limited period of time. So because there is a limited period of time for which the representative is going to make policies, what will happen after the limited period of time? Once more election will happen. This election will happen periodically. Once every 5 years India holds elections. In the same way, because there is a limited period of time, each and every political party with different ideologies will get a chance to participate in the election, to put open their policies such that they will get a chance to form the government and implement their set policies to the people. Implement their set policies to the people. Okay, because of this, it is ensuring power is shared between different political parties of different ideologies, of different policies and ideologies. Sir, what about direct power sharing? Can power be shared directly between two political parties? Yes, two political parties can form alliance and participate in the election. Also, the political parties can form an alliance if they are not getting a majority. If they are not getting the majority, in the case of a failure of majority vote, in the case of failure of a majority vote, an alliance between two parties can be considered as direct power sharing. So this is how political parties are sharing power. What about pressure groups? So what are pressure groups? There are different groups in our country. Usually people associated with a particular job, with a particular trade. Example, traders and businessmen. What will be their interest? They want to build business. There will be a lot of industrialists who will want to build better industries, build better infrastructure, get good raw materials, sell products at a efficient way, improve the logistics and so on. Yeah, and there will also be farmers who will want better irrigation facilities, better seeds, better export of their products and so on. So traders, businessmen, industrialists and farmers who have different interests form pressure groups or interest groups such that they can have a share in the government power through government committees. So there will be a lot of government committees. These traders, businessmen, industrialists and farmers can participate in the government committees and have a share in the functioning of the government, have a share in the government power. Yeah. So here we looked at different forms of power sharing: horizontal power sharing, vertical power sharing between social groups and among political parties and pressure groups. So the one of the most important questions you need to study in this particular lecture is system of checks and balances. You need to concentrate on system of checks and balances. Also, you need to learn horizontal power sharing and vertical power sharing by differentiating them from each other. That will be how you need to study this particular lecture. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this English lecture. Yeah, if you like my lectures, yeah, it's our lectures. Yeah, it's not mine exactly. So if you like our lectures, yeah, put like. What else? Click the bell icon, subscribe to our channel. What else? Yeah, promote our channel to your friends. I enjoyed taking this lecture. Cheers and thank you. Hope to meet you in the next lecture. Cheers. Meet you in the next lecture. Cheers and thank you. Cheers and thank you.